Hey, how's it going, everybody? Mike Weber here, your Los Angeles and South Bay real estate broker, here with your market update for the beginning of October 2022. So we're still seeing a lot of turmoil in the housing market, in that we're seeing a lot less homes actually going into escrow or making it to the closing table. Obviously, this is directly related to the vast increase in interest rates that we've experienced since the beginning of the year. Of course, the Federal Reserve a week and a half ago, they raised interest rates, the overnight rate again, another 0.75% or 75 basis points. So every time these rates go up, the Fed raises rates, mortgage rates are, going up in advance of that or after that or while that's happening. And so really we've kind of seen a huge increase in interest rates since the beginning of the year from around 3%. Now we're hovering around 7% for typical, traditional conventional financing for single family homes. So this is definitely affecting the housing market. Amazingly, median home prices are still hanging in there month after month. They're kind of stagnating right around where they were a year ago at the same time, which is pretty amazing. But what we will see in the data is that definitely the number of homes that are closing, and even worse, the pending sales have really dropped off. Now, the good news is homes are still selling. If they're priced correctly, if they're marketed aggressively, definitely people are still out there buying. Of course, for buyers who struggled all these previous years, 8-10 years, they had to go up against all kinds of offers to get a home. It was ultra competitive. Now they have the benefit of being able to choose, what type of home they want, one that's maybe in better condition, maybe from a variety of available homes on the market. So there's definitely some positives and some silver linings along with some of the negatives. So first, we'll go ahead and take a look at what's happening in the county of Los Angeles. Then we'll look at the South Bay beach cities. And before we jump into the data, if there's anything I can do to help you or any family or friends you have with any real estate needs here in the Los Angeles County area, definitely reach out to me. I would love to be of service. All right, let's dive in. So looking at Los Angeles County as a whole, amazingly, even with everything that's happening, median home prices are up still 2.4%. Pretty incredible given what we're seeing in terms of closed sales and pending sales. Also, the number of homes that are coming off the market as expireds and canceled has dramatically increased. So we're seeing every day in a small part of Los Angeles County, anywhere from say 20 to 50 homes that are coming off the market on the first of the month, which is considered expired day. This last first, we had maybe 200 homes or something like that. So a lot of homes aren't actually selling. They're just coming off the market unsold. And then of course, owners sometimes decide to relist them. Sometimes they decide to rent them out, or maybe they're just hanging on to see what's going to happen next. Now, when we look at closed sales, we're definitely seeing some not so great news. We're down around 31% for Los Angeles County compared to where we were a year ago. And as you can see from the chart, it doesn't look good. The closed sales have really dropped off very substantially compared to what would be normal for this time of year, kind of still, coming out of peak selling season. Finally, here's where things get really ugly. When we look at pending sales, the number of homes that are currently in escrow and under contract, that's where things look pretty scary. In fact, it looks like we are below where we were during the COVID lockdown. So that means when you weren't even allowed to go out there and show homes, or it was nearly impossible to get a home through escrow because you couldn't get the services you needed, appraisers, inspectors, or legally access the property. Now with what's going on, we are actually below that point or very close to it in the county of Los Angeles. So that just shows you how very little is actually being transacted as a result of these much higher interest rates in the market. Now, if we take a look at the South Bay beach cities in terms of median home prices, it is pretty much the same picture. Amazingly, we are still up 3.8%. Of course, we're way down from where we were at the peak earlier this year around March, but of course, somehow we're still ahead of where we were at the same time last year. So the properties that are selling for a little bit more than they were last year, but a lot of properties that would have sold last year are just not selling. And so that's why we're not seeing those properties pending. And that's why we're seeing more and more of them come off the market as unsold listings. For closed sales in the South Bay, about the same. We're down 36%. Again, not a great sign seeing such a drop off in closed sales so early in the year, so close to the peak selling season. And lastly, when we look at pending sales, it's just as bad, if not worse, than the county as a whole. We're down 61, almost 62%. And for the South Bay, we are unquestionably below where we were during the lockdown for COVID. So, I mean, this is incredible to see such a low number of properties actually going under contract, that we could be below where we were when we were completely locked down and we couldn't do any business at all. But that's the reality of the market. That's the reality of the rates that we're experiencing right now. Of course, the $1 million question is, what is going to happen moving forward with interest rates? Are they going to remain high for a period of time? And ultimately, are buyers going to have to start adjusting to the new normal and decide to get off the fence and start buying regardless of the market conditions? Are the prices going to start to fall a little bit to offset the increase in interest rates to make it a little bit more affordable for buyers? These are the things we'll be covering and following, and we'll keep you up to date on that. I want to know what's happening in your area. I want to know what you think is going to happen. Leave some comments down below. Let me know what you're seeing. Let me know what you think. If you guys haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that. Give me a like if you like the video. As always, I appreciate you guys watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care.